Hi, I'm Robert Gravel. I'm here doing a puppy evaluation on an 8-week-old female pug puppy. Her name is Rain. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at on the puppy is her head. We're looking for a wide underjaw, a nice lip line, so we don't want her lips hanging way down. We want a moderate nose roll to the edge of her nose. Eye placement, we want the middle of her eye to the top of her nose. So if we draw a line, horizontal line through her head, through the middle of her eye, it'll intersect with the top of her nose. Ear placement, when they're alert, so when a pug is alert, we want that ear to come to the corner of the eye, to the outside corner of the eye. In puppies, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to get them to be alert, and we may see an ear that appears to be a little bit bigger than you would see on an adult, because their heads do continue to grow as they mature. Moving down to her front, we want to see nice straight front legs. They should be straight down. Straight down. We want to see some width in her chest. And if you feel we don't want a flat chest either, we want her chest to have some roundness to it. Okay, so from the side, now we spoke about the legs being straight down from the front. From the side, we're going to see her legs straight down, and we're going to see a slight bend at the pastern. Just a slight bend at the pastern. We don't want the pug knuckling over. We don't want a completely straight front. When they gait, that's going to interfere with their gait. It's going to cause some shock as they gait. So chest, we want to feel or see the poststernum. Shoulders, we want a moderately to well laid back shoulder. So I can feel the tip of her shoulder here and the point here. I can feel that, and I could feel the angle. I can also feel the angle of her upper arm. Her upper arm, we want approximately the same distance as her shoulder blade, the same length, excuse me. And we want her elbows well under the dog. So her elbows should be under her withers, under her point of shoulders. Her elbows should be under her point of shoulders. So we want to see a nice neck flowing into her back, flowing into her shoulders. Sometimes you may see a pug with a very short neck. Usually, that's not because they're missing vertebrae. It's usually because their shoulder is straighter and it's hiding some of the vertebrae. So you'll see a short neck. So a puppy with a well laid back shoulder blade or moderate laid back shoulder blade should have a nice neck that flows into the shoulder and flows into a straight top line. So we want the top line to appear straight. Good girl. Yes. Good. Her loin, we want a short loin. So the distance from her rib to her rear. We want the dog to be square. So as tall as she is, that's as long as we want her. We want a square dog. Straight top line, square dog. Tail set. We want a high tail set. High tail set. Moving into her rear, we want good rear angulation. You can see here her stifle, her hock. She's well angulated. And her hock is perpendicular to the ground for the most part. Good girl. Okay, so let's move on to a couple of things that will not change on a puppy. A few things. Tail set. If you have a low tail set, it's not going to change and become higher. So a low tail set will remain low. Shoulders. If your puppy has straight shoulders, it's more than likely going to remain to have straight shoulders. Rear angulation. An 8-week-old puppy should be strong enough to hold itself. You're going to be able to see and feel that angulation in the rear. And a rectangular dog, a dog that is too long in body, that's not going to change. The dog is usually not going to get shorter in body. Front end problems. A puppy that has a bulldog front or a U-shaped front, where they're out at the elbows, are usually not going to change. A dog that has a fiddler front, where they're twisted here in the pastern, is not going to change. What we will see sometimes is a puppy might have a slight turnout of its toes, and as its chest broadens, as it matures, that may correct itself. A few other things that may change is the curling of the tail. So, like I said, tail set usually will not change, but the curling can change. The curl can get tighter on the pug as she gets older, or he gets older. Coloring. The coloring will continue to lighten on most lines of pug from 8 weeks old forward. So speaking of coloring, we want to see good pigmentation on the pug. We want to see that dark muzzle. The nose roll can either be lighter or darker. Ears should be black. Nails should be black. Pads should be black. It's definitely a giveaway when you have a dog that has black nails and pink pads. That usually doesn't go together. Okay, so I think I probably forgot a few things, but I think I pretty much covered some of the basic stuff. What I do to evaluate a puppy, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. Thank you.